Today's video was sponsored 5 Hour Energy, and extra strength 5 Hour Energy is the way to go. It's got a tamper evidence seal on it. Recommend you take 1/2 the bottle for moderate energy, take 1 whole bottle for maximum energy, and do not exceed 2 bottles daily. We're probably gonna break that today just to see. We're just gonna run 5 hours today and see how much energy we get. We got a lot of work to do. We gotta put feet out, but mainly we're gonna be moving and grooving, talking boots. And so with boots, the only way to really test boots is to use them. And so we got all our boots. And so we felt like what goes with boots, 5 Hour Energies goes. And luckily, it's a dietary supplement. So yeah, we're talking boots today. What we like, don't like, pros and cons of every style boot that we think is out there. Thank you, 5 Hour. Oh, it's delicious. Straight up delicious. Love it. Oh, God. It's delicious. Oh God. I'm just not feeling it, so I took another. I wonder if that's gonna give me 10 hours of energy. Keep going, man. So we've been wanting to do this video for a long time. We set out to do this probably a year ago. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I didn't realize this isn't gonna be a boot, like kind of turned into a bootflex story, but I'm a boot guy. I didn't realize it, but it quickly, when we set out to start this video, realized I'm a boot guy. And so we're gonna come at this from the approach of what is the best boot we think for deer hunting. Strictly deer hunting, for the guys that are out there running gun style, saddle hunting, public land, large private land, moving and grooving out there. What's the best approach? And there's every one of these boots I've hunted in extensively, multiple seasons, all the time, yeah. And so like I wanted to bring that experience into this. Whoa, twitchy already. I guess the 5 Hour is kicking in. Boom! So yeah, little ADHD right now. But so yes, we wanted to bring every boot into the equation, discuss the pros and cons that allows us to be successful in the woods, because there is not a silver bullet, but there is the right boot for your situation. And so we're gonna break that down and try to get into it and talk about boots. I love boots. And so yeah, we're gonna get into the boots. I'm wearing Hey Dudes right now. I'm new to it. I like them just for casual wear. But man, they are deadly quiet. No ankle support, no waterproofing, but for quietness and comfort, ground hunting, I totally would wear it. Probably trash my feet, but we're gonna get into some other styles that I've really cut my feet on, but I love them. So yeah, Hey Dudes are maybe boat wear.
Or
blinds, and realistic. We're not every hunter's out there hardcore pushing it. And there's probably gonna be some haters that I would never hunt with Hey Dudes, but yeah, I've legit done it. And I had a great experience. In all practicalness, the value of Hey Dudes is more to do with the flexible sole. Like if you really wanna get into this, you're able to mold your feet to the ground and be dead quiet. There's no structure, there's no sole in it, really. You're essentially hunting on a cushion. And so you're able to walk through the woods much more quieter. And so for like the early season, yeah, like I probably wouldn't climb a tree in this, but just ground hunting, it's totally doable. I wouldn't charge hills, but if you're on flat ground looking for comfort, it's a viable solution. If you need to get in the woods and you don't have anything else, I would not preclude that hunt or stop that hunt because I don't have boots. I would totally hunt Hey Dudes if it was viable. So like I put these all in the same category. So like I know people that I've hunted in Crocs, not the best solution, but definitely a quiet solution. Crocs, Hey Dudes, sandals. This I'm gonna get some hate for, but I've hunted a lot of animals in sandals, and we will get a link to someone. I know one of the best professional hunters in Africa who only hunts in sandals. You're dead quiet, but his caveat, Buzz, is when hunting dangerous game, you're very unlikely to make a run when something's charging if you're in sandals. You're not gonna be able to run, so you gotta stand your ground. So Buzz only hunts in sandals. He may not anymore, but 20 years ago he did. And so yeah, I've hunted in sandals. They're all some iteration of no protection, but total quietness, run and gun on the quick and dirty, like coming home from work, or you're driving home, you see deer rutting or something chasing, and the weather's warm enough where you can get by. The only time you're gonna ever kill someone is if you're in the woods. Don't let boots slow you down from that. Man, this 5 hours really kicking in, man. Moving up the food chain for us. Change shoes on you real quick. These are my 2020, 2021 favorite choice of boots. I lived and died by the On Cloud hunting boot. A hiking boot, I don't know what it is. I think it's made in Switzerland. Definitely not made in America, but so dang comfortable. It's like walking on clouds. I mean, that's their motto, that's their brand. But it is a super comfortable hiking boot, lightweight, tons of cushion. I know a lot of guys, I've turned a lot of hunters onto On Cloud, and they're quick, they're easy. The downside, I felt like you had to get new ones every year. The waterproofing, my feet would get wet. Definitely recommend wearing some form of a gaiter over them, but still not super warm. Need heated socks in the late season. Lightweight. The tread on them can track rocks and they'll get stuck in there. So like if you're saddle hunting, definitely had rocks stuck in there that just, it makes so much noise and you're just sitting there trying to grind them out in the tread. But outside of that, it's a money solution for run and gun, quick and dirty. Comfort is an aspect with a little bit more protection than straight up Hey Dude, sandals, no shoes. But you're getting the same aspect. They're quieter than traditional boots. They don't have much structure, so it's very flexible and they're comfortable, lightweight. But if it's a late season, you're gonna have to run heated socks, which I think is a underappreciated comment or tidbit in terms of boots to wear. Heated socks. They can take boots that aren't functional in late season and instantly become functional, just for the sheer warmth that they provide. Wait, like, just not feeling it right now. Oh God. Oh God. Berry flavor is definitely the best flavor. God, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Boom!
Oh.
We're recording now.
We're recording, okay.
Here's your 5 hour energy.
Oh, I don't do these. I only do fancy drinks like lattes. Anyway, we're talking about mid-weight boots now. So a step up from On Clouds or Crocs or sandals, anything like that. We're going to more midweight. This is what you want for, you know, October when it's a little bit chillier. You want some bit more structure. You know, you'd say you're climbing a tree stand. You want something that's a bit tougher, you know, for your feet, that you're not dealing with, you know, getting like spiked in the foot or anything like that. You want a little bit of ankle support. This is where you'll be. We have 3 different types of shoes. We got 2 Solomons and then some Danes here. These will keep your feet warm. If you wear, you know, a pair of warm wool socks, these will keep your feet warm and any time of like 40 to 60 degrees, or even like down to some 30s. If you're not dealing with really cold, humid temperatures, these will keep your feet warm just with a normal pair of wool socks. Depending on what boot you get, they'll also be waterproof. I'm not sure which ones of these. I think they're all kind of waterproof, but they'll keep your feet dry with a heavy dew, or you're not gonna be walking through streams and any of this, but like a heavy dew or anything like that, your feet will still stay dry and warm. So they offer a little bit of ankle support in the ankles, but it's not like a ton. But this is kind of like your hiking shoe, your trail running shoe. So they'll give you some support and structure where you need it, warmth, and it'll keep your feet comfortable. And that's the biggest thing if you're hiking in far back. If you want a little bit of a lighter shoe, don't want to go too heavyweight. This is kind of like your middle spot before you hit the heavyweight stuff for like extreme cold or like extreme mountaineering, or kind of anything that does with water. This is kind of like your base boot where you want just a bit more structure, a bit more, durability in that sense. So this is kind of where you'll be at. That's your mid-weight boot lineup.
Since he's not gonna drink that Red Bull, I'm gonna drink it. Oh God, 5 hours, sorry 5 hour. I don't drink Red Bulls.
How could you?
I just needed some niacin and their energy blend that's mixed with taurine, glucuronic acid, malic acid, some acetyl, some tyrosine, phenylene, caffeine, and citrulline. That's what I needed right now to make my day better. Those sound all wholesome. One thing I would add to this category, I ran the On Clouds, I ran these boots forever. The challenges I ran when saddle hunting, aiders, man, I needed more structure in the ankle support to really drive when you're using aiders climbing up a tree. That looseness when you're jamming your toe, at least my style with an aider is to jam it into the tree and get some connection to that tree that allows me to drive from it. I struggle with those. I struggle with aiders, but when I started going into the stiffer boots, climbing became a lot easier. So I sacrificed climbing abilities, performance for comfort moving around the woods. All right, next category for us in this grand scheme of life, pack boots. I lived and died by pack boots. I have the Danners that I used a lot, and then the Schnees, and I love these. Man, they're heavy, but I sacrificed ankle support and foot support, and took the opportunity cost for heavyweight, and loved everything about them, but it became a load. Like when I started really pushing it, walking long distances in the woods, my feet sweated. I had a lot of weight. And then when you start getting these lightweight sticks, climbing sticks, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I struggled with these little, you sacrifice weight in the sticks, and the foot platform that you're climbing up is just really small. And for some of these boots, it was just too much beefy boot climbing up a tree, and I just didn't like it. And so I had the whiplash effect, where I went from these style boots, like I probably have solid 7 years of hunting these, and I jumped straight from these to the On Clouds. And I went from heavyweight, super rugged, super durable, not the most structured, like you think about it, but there's definitely a form in there, and I loved it. They're warm. My feet sweated in the early season, but I just accepted that as part of my hunting setup. But yeah, loved everything about these boots. I just think boot technology is kind of like becoming more nuanced, like not better, but nuanced in terms of like the offering is becoming much more tailored. So like On Clouds didn't exist 10 years ago. I did not knock Danner. I think this boot's awesome, but I think it's a little overkill, and it's just not sliced exactly perfect for what my style of hunting is for what I'm doing. It's a little overkill in some ways, and a lot of the value prop that you're getting out of these boots isn't adding value to my style of hunting. So, but yes, Danner boots are awesome. These are incredibly warm. You can change out the liners and get more warmth out of these. But man, they're bulky and they're heavy and they're warm. And I'm hunting predominantly in Tennessee. And so for the most part, Tennessee, Georgia, Kentucky, maybe some Southern Illinois, that's like 80% of my hunting season. And it's not cold enough half the time to even really test the warmth in these. It's just make my feet sweat. One aspect that I have to throw in there, Danner boots are made in the USA. Huh?
USA.
Yeah, USA style. And a lot of these boots are not. And so yeah, more power to them for putting together a solid product. Snays are made in the US as well. And they're pretty awesome. Actually, no, these might be made in Italy. I think these are actually made in Italy, now that I think about it, if I remember correctly. Italy's kind of cool. But yeah, so we're gonna be going up in tiers. But yes, pack boots are a thing. I think they're definitely a viable option for people that hunt 90% and are looking for a really rugged boot. It's good stuff. Just for my style, it was a little too much boot for when I didn't need too much boot. And I will throw this one caveat in there. I shattered my tibia and fibula. I have a bunch of rods and screws in my leg. And so that aspect has definitely impacted my style of boot and what I need. And so with so many boot options out there, you need to adapt the boot to your foot, and trust me, so many boots out there. There's something that's gonna make comfort for you, that's gonna get you dialed. No more 5 hours for the next like hour. I got like a little tweak going on. Boom. Wait a minute. Just super thirsty right now for a dietary supplement, 1.93 ounces. Did I ever tell you I have a heart condition? It doesn't say not to drink it with a heart condition. It says do not take it if you're pregnant. I identify as a man.
Hallelujah.
And I'm not nursing anyone, and it's not recommended for children. I guess I might be a child at heart, but my body's not a child, and I am not taking any medication. And I don't know anyone that's ever consulted a doctor before taking an energy drink, but it says to. But I kind of like a little jittery. Oh God, thank you 5 Hour. It's so delicious. It's a great way to hydrate. Let's get into this. All right, rubber boots. Rubber boots are awesome. I would put in the specialty category. Lots of deer hunters use rubber boots. Classic example in my old lacrosse, hardcore Sitka, boom, scent free. And I really question at times the scent free aspect of rubber boots. It's gonna keep all the scent in there, but like you're gonna pick up scent everywhere you go. You walk in your car, the scent's gonna stick to it, but it is gonna keep your sweaty feet, all the odors you have in there, it's gonna keep those in more so than any other boot in this category. But you're killing breathability, you're killing a lot of the value prop of what shoes bring to the table in terms of structure, support, but you get the benefit of some scent-free aspect with boots. I've worn the mucks. I feel like it's defeating the aspect of scent-free. A lot of people wear rubber boots because they have straight up work in muck boots on a farm, and I can go straight from work to the tree stand. But anyways, I lived and died in rubber boots when I hunted in Alabama, and I still have my old school waders. And so these are all, I put in the same category where you have to keep water out of your boots. You're walking levees, you're crossing creeks. They serve a purpose, and you're making straight up opportunity costs to keep your feet dry. If you're crossing creeks, and doing all the entailed with water, rubber boots are the way to go. But I would not recommend rubber boots purely on the scent-free aspect. It's just that probably get some comment and someone's gonna say that scent-free is the way to go. I'm gonna have my exit entry routes more designed around not too concerned. I'm not gonna walk down the deer trail. I'm not gonna hunt a stand and have an entry route that's gonna be where the deer are coming from. I'm probably gonna have my strategy upwind of that. But if you're crossing creeks, dealing with water, rubber boots are the way to go. No one's gonna hunt with soaking wet feet, or I guess you can go hunting with soaking wet feet, but it's not gonna be the most comfortable. But I love the muck boots. I feel like they're just designed better. Their mold, which is really what all these boots are all about. The mold that Muck runs is just much more tailored to my feet. The Lacrosses are just a little too snug. They're either too snug or too big. Muck hits the sweet spot for me. They're actually pretty warm, but they, again, kill the breathability. My feet sweat. And when your feet sweat and get wet, temperature drops. Just like sweating, walking in the tree stand, your feet are gonna freeze. The high-waisted waders, I'm not gonna go into the category of like straight up waders for duck hunting, which I've done. I think waders are a great solution when you're hunting big swamps. I preferred the waders versus walking the levees because, like I said, I'd rather not walk on the trail where the deer are moving. So when I was in Alabama where I hunted the swamps heavily, deer hit the levees, they're not gonna bust through the deep water. I'd walk off the levees into the water with waders. I sacrificed the energy, the sheer aspect that sucked, but I did it so that the deer walk the levees, they're not gonna pick up my scent. And I didn't bust everything, and I could actually move through heavy water a little bit more quiet, slow motion, not as efficient, but more quiet in the wader, in the water, and get into my spot, and then climb my tree.
You probably could stick the landing if you...
You know, I probably could, but I would be more concerned on breaking the rocks in like it's God's country.
Sure, yeah.
But like these boots would just crater everything around it. Like, so final, I don't know, I guess this is the conclusion of everything, but like I've bounced back and forth between boots. I've gone heavy, I've gone light. And one pair of boots that I did not include in this because no one in their right mind, not even me, I have hunting plastic boots and I love them, but no way in heck am I climbing a tree in plastic hiking boots. Out west, absolutely. I'll traverse, crampons, all that, good to go. But climbing a tree stand, like, that would be not very fun. But I love everything about what a plastic boot brings to the hunting equation in terms of comfort, stability, confidence to traverse and walk and hike. I found L&S boot, Lathrop & Sons boots, Crispy makes them, Danner makes them, like there's all sorts of like de facto mountain boots. But I brought, or feel like mountain boots are the perfect solution for my style of hunting here. You can see where we're at. We hunt, it's not extreme elevation in terms of ups and downs, but it's constant elevation changes. You're either walking downhill, you're walking uphill, and you're crossing big rocks, boulders, traversing. Like, I need ankle support, I need boot support. I love that. I have weak ankles ever since breaking my leg, like all that's entailed. I've had 7 knee reconstructions, so like all in the same leg. So I have like tons of metal rods all in this left leg. And so for me, I need something that gives me tons of support, that can literally transfer all the energy from my quad down to my feet. And L&S boots for me, I've done Danner, I've done Crispies, and for me, I got hot spots that just didn't fit my feet just right. And I had to go the custom molded route. They're expensive, but I love them. I wear them all the time. They are the right balance of support, heavyweightness, stiffness. I can move around. I run and gun, I turkey hunt, deer hunt, all around. And that's what these boots provide for me. I'm not hunting water terrain. If I was down in hunting swamps, obviously it'd be a different equation. But for me, The LNS boots provide just about everything that I need for my hunting setup. I think I'd encourage more people to go that route in terms of just like go for something that is comfort but mobile and stiff. Once you've had a good boot that's stiff and fits you, like the energy transfer, I can walk faster, I can charge up hills faster. These boots just want to move. Whereas I feel like other shoes help you move, but they don't encourage you to move. These boots encourage you. You want to move in them. You walk faster. You can charge up hills quicker. You can go down hills with more stability. Like all that drives the hunt, makes it more pleasurable, more fun, more comfortable. You're gonna hunt longer, you're gonna hunt more. Like I said earlier, if you're not comfortable, the hunt's coming to an end. And the biggest sensitive factor for me and a lot of folks, your feet. LNS takes care of me, Lathrop and Sons take care of me. And so yeah, get the boot that's dialed for you. I like the mountain boots. It's my style of hunting, my terrain. If I was in the swamps, I'd probably be rubber boots. If I was hunting urban, I'd probably hunt in some Hey Dudes, who knows? But nonetheless, match the style of your hunting, explore options, find the right fit for you, get comfortable, get it dialed, and what you do, like getting the right boot is the ultimate game changer in terms of your hunting experience. Once you get that all figured out, it just makes life so much better. And then ultimately, I think one area is to consider invest in your boots. Going the cheap route can work for some, but like I said, the biggest driver of people calling it quits is normally tied some way indirectly or directly to your feet. Invest in your boots and it'll pay in tenfolds, pay in spades downstream in your hunt. So yeah, get some, baby. We got a couple more. Kind of over drinking these. I'm over the grape and berry. I'm like sweating and it's like 30 degrees out. I really don't think I can drink another one. Like honestly, I know that they sponsored this video and they wanted me to drink 10, but that's 50 hours of energy. I just don't want to, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Sugar-free, guys, that is important. We do not want to be ingesting sugar. We prefer niacin, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, taurine, gluconic acid, malic acid, acetyltyrosine, phyllosine, and citrulline. That's so much better than sugar. Like that stuff is what God made the earth in 7 days with. Like that's how it works. And it's recommended drink a half a bottle. We've been chugging whole bottles. We did not consult a doctor. And it's 1.93 fluid ounces. Boom, 5 hour energy. Get your energy. I think the importance of boots, like and all that's entailed. Your feet are the quickest thing to shutting down a hunt. I can take a cold body, but if my feet get wet, my feet get cold, I get blisters, it's gonna be miserable. That's pretty much the end of the hunt. Any enjoyment after that. I can take a cold body, I can take cold hands, cold head, like that's not things that eliminate or stop a hunt, but when your feet get wet, your feet get cold, that's when people go home. And so boots are so important in that regard and getting your system dialed, because that is the way to keep the hunt going. Protect your feet, love on your feet, and the hunt keeps going.